Hello and welcome back to Keep Rich Kingdom. In today's video, we'll talk about the rarest basketball sneakers in the world. Since the sneaker world is full of one-offs and limited editions, we decided to compile a list of some of the rarest basketball sneakers available right now. You could invest in real estate with $100,000 in the bank. Or, for a bigger return, you may want to purchase a pair of sneakers for yourself. That's right, you heard that correctly. There's a pair of unique basketball sneakers on the market right now with a price tag over $100,000. If that sounds incredible, then you're in the right place. We've looked deep into the history of some of the most valuable and rare basketball sneakers, and it's absolutely fascinating. First up, we have the Nike Air Zoom Kobe 1s. Surprising to some, Kobe Bryant was not affiliated with any footwear company during the 2002 to 2003 season. It was at this time when he had just terminated his sponsorship contract with Adidas and had no affiliation with any major footwear brands. Kobe seized this opportunity to audition a number of sneaker labels. During this period of experimentation, he played a number of games in Jordans, leading many to believe he would eventually sign up with the Jordan brand. But in the end, he chose to go with Nike, making this pair of sneakers super iconic. These Lakers-themed Air Jordan 3-player exclusives were one of the more popular pairs of Jordans he wore during this time, and as Kobe rarely wore Jordans again, these became ridiculously sought after by collectors. An unidentified bidder paid $30,400 for the size 14 sneakers in an eBay auction in 2017. The tongue tag on the pair was Home White in color and had the original production date on them too. The sneakers had never been worn, and although, according to the listing, they exhibited classic signs of aging, these sneakers will never lose their value. Next up are the Eminem Carhartt Air Jordan 4s. The price of these sneakers is driving up by scarcity. Take, for example, the 2015 Eminem Carhartt Jordan Air 4 sneakers. Only 10 of the 300 pairs created were made available to the general public. The first pair were auctioned on eBay, with $18,750 being the winning offer. Another of the pairs then sold for $25,900, and the highest price a pair of these extremely rare sneakers was a substantial $30,100. The auction raised an amazing $227,000, all of which was donated to the music school at Michigan State University. The funds will assist the university's music school in recruiting more local students. These Air Jordan 4s were created in partnership with the musician Eminem, Nike, and the Jordan brand as an homage to his Marshall Mathers LP 15th anniversary debuting in the year 2000. A hockey mask and a reverse E emblem on the heel beautifully distinguished these Air Jordan 4s from any others. The shoe is finished in white, chrome, and black color combination. Last year, Jimmy Butler, then of the Minnesota Timberwolves, wore the uncommon shoe in a game against the Chicago Bulls, and, in a two-part episode of Complex Closets last year, rapper Lil Yachty, when displaying his extensive collection of rare sneakers, also showed off his stunning pair of these Jordan 4s. As more and more significant icons share their love of these shoes, it's sure they'll only grow in value. We're getting bigger and bigger. Incoming are the Air Jordan 12 Flu Game sneakers. Michael Jordan famously wore these sneakers during the Flu Game, which accounts for the exorbitant price. In the annals of NBA history, the Flu Game is legendary. It was June 11, 1997, and the Chicago Bulls were playing the Utah Jazz in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. The most valuable player of the Chicago Bulls was sick, with flu-like symptoms and vomiting. The news speculated that Michael was clearly unable to participate. Chicago Bulls fans' dreams were shattered. Nonetheless, summoning his tremendous reservoirs of willpower, Michael Jordan not only played 44 minutes of the game, but also scored 38 points and led his team to a 90-88 victory over the Jazz. He had 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block to his credit. It was a genuinely amazing basketball moment. That explains the high value of the sneakers he wore during the game. The sneakers were auctioned off in 2013 by Preston Truman, a former Jazz ball boy, with a starting bid of $5,000. The whole cost came to $104,765. Michael Jordan autographed both size 13 shoes. His black game socks were also included in the sale. We're here. Drum roll, please. sitting at the top spot are the original Nike Air Jordan 1s. This is another pair of sneakers that were worn by basketball legend Michael Jordan. They fetched a whopping $615,000 at an online auction. The rarest of the rare, Nike Air Jordan 1 high sneakers were worn by the Chicago Bulls star in an exhibition game in 1985. To commemorate Jordan's 14-year career with the team, Christie's auctioned the 9 pairs of his shoes. Rare trainers have a significant market, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Michael Jordan is widely regarded as the greatest basketball player in history, and he became a global celebrity in the 1980s and 90s, helping to enhance the NBA's international prominence. The Last Dance, a Netflix original series, has reignited interest in his life. The top lot was a pair of Air Jordan 1 highs with an estimated sale price of $650,000 to $850,000. Why so expensive, you may ask? Jordan famously dunked the basketball so hard that it shattered the glass backboard during the game in which these sneakers were utilized. That's why. The Nike Air Jordan is a significant aspect of the Air Jordan's brand genesis and is one of the most recognizable designs in both streetwear and basketball history. Michael Jordan wore the Air Jordans, designed by Peter Moore in 1984 and 1985, as well as upgraded versions in 1986, as these are the legendary Chicago colorway, which is probably the most recognizable for Michael and the Nike brand. You can understand why collectors are willing to pay so much for them. Michael Jordan signed a contract with Nike in 1984 when Nike handed him his own signature brand of shoes and clothing. It was the brand's first attempt at something like this, and it set the path for many of the current player collaborations. Michael Jordan's agent, David Falk, invented the moniker Air Jordan because Nike sneakers had air in their soles, and Michael Jordan, of course, played basketball in the air. The original Air Jordan 1s were so popular and profitable that Nike continued to release new signature Air Jordans season after season. This tradition has continued even after Michael's departure, with Nike presently working on the Air Jordan 34. Air Jordans have always represented the pinnacle of the sneaker design industry since their inception. When it comes to quality, craftsmanship, materials, innovation, performance, and of course style, the shoes are unrivaled. As you can see, extremely costly sneakers always have a fascinating backstory and a history. There has to be something special about them, like Jordan or Kobe wearing them, or Eminem being associated with the project. But it's the rarity that drives up the price. Someone will always be willing to part with hundreds of thousands of dollars for a rare pair of collector sneakers, especially if there's only one pair in existence. And that's all for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click on the subscribe button below this video, hit the like button, and click the bell icon to stay notified every time we upload new content. Now, I want to turn it over to you. If we've missed on any of the rare sneakers, then let us know by leaving a comment below right now. Adios.